applause for Nate motherfucking Nickel. On deck, we have David Lenander, the Bard of Camp Bar Open Mic. But coming up to the stage next is one of the stupid jokes I had here. Hold on.
No, pickle slicer.
What?
Pickle slicer.
You want the pickles? Okay. This guy comes home one day from his office job, in the factory where he works, and he's just pale and he's shaking. And his wife's like, "What's wrong, honey?" And he says, "Well, you know I work at the pickle slicing factory, yeah?" She goes, "Of course I do." She says, "So what's wrong?" He says, "Well, today I had this almost unstoppable urge to stick my dick in the pickle slicer." She goes, "Oh, you did you?" He goes, No, of course I did." "You wouldn't, would you?" "No, of course I wouldn't." But the next day he comes home, and he's got everything from his office in a box. And he's all pale, and she's like, "Oh no, did you?" And he goes, "Yeah, I did. I stuck my dick in the pickle slicer." She goes, "Oh no! What happened?" He goes, "I got fired." "No! What else happened?" I mean, she got fired too. All right. And now, put your hands together for Ski. So normally I sing songs or do something, but tonight I'm in a weird mood. I don't want to sing tonight. So instead I'm resurrecting one of the little, I don't know, I call them rants. It's just a collection of thoughts. Where I'm going will be kind of circuitous, so follow along with me. We'll see if this works. When my mom was a brand new bride, honestly, this is a true story, the very first Christmas that my mom and dad were married, for Christmas, first year as a couple, my dad gave mom her present. She opened it up and it was a brand new fishing reel. And my mom did not fish. My dad certainly did. And she's like, "Oh, thanks. This is for me?" And she's like, "Oh, well, maybe he's going to take me fishing. Maybe that's something we're going to do as a new couple." No, never took her fishing. At some point in the next month or two, he's like, "Can I borrow your fishing reel?" And that was the last she saw of it. He used it on his fishing rod. The next year, her Christmas present was a toolbox that, again, a month later, he borrowed and never gave back. She eventually confronted him and like, "You can't get yourself gifts disguised as gifts for me. That's rude." And that's the first thing I want you to kind of keep in mind here is, it's not really a gift if it's not for you, right? The next story is a story of... The next story is, I went to visit a friend, and my friend had like a 6-year-old, and the 6-year-old was very enthusiastic and really happy about things, and he was running around the house asking people about, it's not that, it's a piece of paper sticking out of them. And he was asking people about things for Blue's Clues, which is a TV show, I guess, for kids. And when I went over to him, he started asking me things. He's like, "What do you think my favorite character is?" I'm like, "I literally know nothing about this, so I can't tell you." And he's like, "Well, it's this character." And I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "What do you think my favorite thing in this episode is?" I'm like, I still don't know, because I've never seen the show. And question after question after question, and he got mad at me. I mean, he's 6 years old, I'm not surprised, but he got really mad at me because I didn't know something that I've never seen. So there's the second thing. I want you to keep in mind is that thing, the second I've never seen before. The next thing is there was a time, I'm sure a couple of you have experienced this, where my wife said, hey, you know what? You can take this day off. We had kids at the time, so that was a big deal. So we're exchanging days off. And so I got a day off. And as soon as I got my day off, I sat down in front of the computer and I played video games until my eyeballs bled, and it was everything I wanted it to be. It was amazing. But about 7 or 8 o'clock, she came by and she's like, is this really how you're going to spend your day? I'm like, well, I mean, do you want to do something? She's like, no, not if you don't want to do something. I mean, no, not if you don't want to. I'm like, okay, I'll just play video games then. And I did, and she got mad at me. Which is, I understand why, but at the same time, if you give a gift to somebody, they get to use it how they want to use it. So let's take these 3 thoughts that we've been juggling. I've asked you to keep up in the air. One of my problems, theologically speaking, with the concept of free will is that it's constrained in all the ways that we just identified together were not good. If God gives me free will, but the only way I'm allowed to use it is to worship this particular God, then it's not really a gift at all. It's not free. It comes with conditions. It's my dad giving my mom a present that was really for him. And if I make a choice that's the wrong choice, then was it really free? Was it really a gift at all? If I can't do with it as I want, how free is that? And finally, like the 6-year-old, if I don't know what the options are at a genuine, deep, personal level, not somebody telling me what they think is true, because I've got a bunch of people telling me what they think are true. But if I don't have proof, then how can I do anything except make up my own mind as best as I can? And for this, some of the people I know would cast me into hell. And that bugs me. And the answer for my questions against them is always, well, it's free will. God can't tell you these, can't prove these things, because then it wouldn't be free will. It wouldn't be the gift that it is. And my argument is, it's not the gift and it's not free if it comes with all of these limitations. Thank you.